Test. Yep, testing. Test. Can anyone hear me? Just make sure the sound's working. Cool. Awesome. All right. I'm just going to kind of dive into this. I'm going to be some clumsy wandering, some pathfinding, I suppose. So I've got Silph infrastructures deployed. Most of the website and such are deployed with Juju. We were woefully behind on versions. And we've actually got a few errors. I'll fix those in a second. But we're sitting behind on 2.0 beta 18. And let's resolve these. The latest version is 2.2 RC1. Let's see what we get. So we get a bunch of these weird errors like can't update information, unqualified username. I don't really know what's going on there. All right, cool. We're happy again. So I've got on this machine 2.0 beta 18, the same version I bootstrapped with. I've got the snap installed. Snap. Bin. Snap bin Juju version. 2.2 RC1. So let's see if I can get this upgraded. So the first thing I need to do is get it out of 2.0 beta 18. So in order to do that, I'm going to Juju upgrade. Before I do any of this, let me copy down the latest database backup. Probably the smartest thing to do. Let's do so. All right, so we'll grab the latest database backup just in case. This shouldn't touch any of the running website, but if it does, that better be better with a backup. So the first thing I'm going to do is move this from 2.0 beta 18 to just Juju 2.0, the latest 2.0 version. From then, once I'm out of the beta world, I should be able to go straight from 2.0 up to 2.2 RC1. And then next week, when 2.2.0 releases, the stable release, I should be able to tick that over one more and then be completely up to date, which gets us some really nice features. Wait for this to finish downloading. Apparently this database backup's way bigger than I anticipated. Or my network is shit. No. Connection timed out. Okay. I wonder if this drew a new IP address. Interesting. Instances. Let's see. Number 1. 230. Oh yeah, this must have drawn a new IP address. That's why. Which is one of the reasons why I want to upgrade, because this doesn't catch new IP address changes, which is really annoying. So this is actually 5.185. 18.230. Oh boy. Alright, so I'm just going to run the same command but with rsync. The straight address. And we copy this. To there. To here. Alright, much better now. So no more connecting timeouts. Get rid of this window. Alright, so I've got the latest database backed up, downloaded from 2 minutes ago. So if anything goes haywire, we should be able to back up a little bit. So the first thing I want to do is move that Juju version. So I'm going to use the new client. So user snap bin Juju. So I've got Juju installed in the normal Debian package way. So dpackage grep Juju. I've pinned this version of Juju for like a long time. It's like a really old, like over a year old kind of version of Juju. And so it needs to be moved forward so we can keep doing some really awesome infrastructure stuff at a really low level. To get around this, I've been using the newer version of Juju, 2.2 RC1, and I've been doing that by installing the snap package alongside of this. So I'm going to use snap bin Juju. That's the version I want. I'm just going to run the upgrade Juju flag, but I'm going to tell it, instead of going straight to the latest version, I'm going to upgrade Juju to agent version 2.0.0, just straight flat. Actually, 2.0.1. Sure, that's probably the best thing to do. 2.0.1. And that's it. This should... Boy, I'm nervous. Let's do a couple other things real quickly. Let's set ourselves up for success. All right. So I'm going to jump into the controller itself, the thing we're upgrading, so that I can watch what it's doing and maybe intervene if I need to. All right, here we go. So run this command. It's obvious it's doing something. Hosted model cannot have a higher version than server model. I don't even know what that means. Huh. Let's see what happens if I just do 2.0. Maybe I need to run sync. I wonder if maybe I should be using this with, no, I guess a newer client shouldn't be a problem. What should I do what this command was doing, though? Copy tools from the official tool store into a local model. So I should probably copy the tools over first, I suppose. There are debug verbose flag version. Version 2.0.1. Okay, just a major minor. Okay, so it's found all of the versions for the 2.0 stuff. Now it's downloading them. I don't know why it needs to download the CentOS ones. This isn't a Ubuntu deployment, but that's okay. There's quite a few of them actually. Wow. So it looks like 2.0 went all the way to 2.0.4. Yeah, so 2.0.4 seems like the most recent 2.0 series. I wonder if this is not the right action to be taking, actually. We're just copying all of the latest screens down. This seems tedious and wrong. I'm going to try something different. So the version after beta 18 was 2.0 RC1. No matching agent binaries available. I'll go straight to RC3. Oh, I think I understand the problem. I need to upgrade the controller first. Juju switch controller. So if I look at this model has agent version Yeah, beta 18. Okay, and it can upgrade to 2.0.4. This is so what was happening is if you notice here we've got a few models. So inside the models, inside of a controller, you can have multiple namespaces of models. All right, now we're cooking somewhere good. Yeah. I know this is this weird error message. Keep going. Get me to where I want to be. Show me the output. Show me the money. Anyways, we have two models effectively. We have our controller model. This runs the control plane services for Juju. In this case, it's a single VM that runs the Juju controller software that allows us to make models and run Juju commands and do all these great deployments and management stuff. So in here, this model says, hey, you've got a controller model. It can upgrade to 2.0.4 from version 2.0 beta 18. So what I need to do, if I switch back to Silph Web, which is what we were just looking at earlier, and we run on Juju status here, you'll notice that in the status output, it'll show the version as 2.0 beta 18, but it won't say that there's any upgrade available. So the difference is this has no notes because I have to upgrade the controller first before I can upgrade the models. That makes a complete amount of sense. So let's go back to the controller, and then let's do a Juju upgrade Juju agent version 2.0.4 on the controller. Let's do a not Juju upgrade Juju. We use the snap version for the latest version tool. So snap bin Juju. Juju upgrade Juju agent version 2.0.4. So now this is actually going to be doing some stuff. Let me get back into that machine. Please still be there. Okay. So still running the old version. Let's see what happens. Started the upgrade to 2.0.4. All right, things are getting serious now. Oh, did it complete the upgrade? Did it really just work that quickly? No, I don't believe it. I don't believe you. Juju, sorry, tail minus f var log Juju machine 0. Oh, yeah, it must have. Well, that's, what was that, 30 seconds ago maybe? What's happening over here? I still query the API server? I may have full well upset it now. So it's trying to connect to the API server and it's not getting connection. The logs are stopped. Juju D is still running. Var lib Juju tools. There's a 204's email. Let's see what machine 0 is pointed to. It's pointed to beta 18 still. Okay. I trust it's doing something. Maybe it hasn't actually. Let me see. Let's see what the last 20 to 30 lines were here. By 20, 30, I mean last 300. Let's go back to the last 500 lines. We kicked off the upgrade somewhere in here, not this long ago. More around here. Which be a bunch of dead airs. I'm gonna kill 349. That brings up a new PID. 3548. It's a bunch of still processing requests. Can we log in here? Maintenance in progress. Okay. So I guess it's now upgrading itself? Alright. Pretty sure this is just spiraling now. And oh, actually, it's pointed at. It is pointed at 2.0.4 Xenial now. Maybe it is actually working its charm, so to speak. It looks like it's actually running an app update. Which I guess would make sense, actually. I may have just missed it. Yep, I mean all these logins are attempting to connect, but they're all being blocked because quote-unquote upgrade in progress. Thing is, I don't see any of the upgrade messages in this output. Depackage was interrupted, so it is trying to do a depackage. Sudo apt get updates. Sorry, sudo apt update. I should leave it alone, but I'm a little worried considering we're doing such a sudo depackage figure A. Okay, so something is now going through it again. So what is it trying to install? Install distro info. Okay. So it looks like for whatever reason there's a weird depackage hiccup, but we're moving forward again now. So it's still rejecting logins, but the agent is doing an upgrade of some sort in the background. Keep seeing apt check pop up here, running for a very short amount of time. Make sure the website's still up. Okay, yeah, totally still up. So this should not have any impact on the running workloads, which is the only reason I'd be doing this live right now anyways. Otherwise, I mean, I would need to take time off from work. I need to go sit down and figure out a maintenance window. We have to walk through a bunch of disaster scenarios, all that jazz. So, looking back, maintenance is still in progress. Okay. So, we should be getting, after it upgrades all the packages, which there's 150 of them, that's what it's doing. Yeah, it looks like it's installing some other stuff as well. I'm still installing distro info. Let's just watch the log here. Which is a bit noisy because there are so many things trying to connect to the controller right now. So those agents will just sit there silently waiting to reconnect to get any updates. So there won't be processing or trying to make any changes or modifying the workloads they're running. We just need to sit here and figure out, as this log streams by and as my eyes start bleeding, which one of these actual things are important. And I'm looking for things like this here. Here we go. So there's some kind of problem installing TCP dump for some reason. I don't know why. So let's see if I can't fix this. You don't have to install TCP dump. Someone has the archive locked. There's a way that I could queue this for app management, but I don't know what that command is. And I feel like this is not the best way to actually manage it. One more time. I'm going to sudo service Juju D machine 0 stop. That'll stop the worker from running. Now I should be able to run this, figure out what's not happening in here, and then address it. Sudo d sudo apt install a sudo d package configure. What is it? Ran it a few seconds ago. Let me just run an apt update, see what it says. Did it fix anything? Let me just run a dist upgrade, get all the software packages upgraded. It probably will help smooth out this process a little bit. So I'll start the agent up again, and then we'll see where the agent gets to. So now we should get a long timeout. Yeah, we do. Okay. Yes, I have no hardware arrays. This is a cloud instance. Keep going. Probably could have gotten away with just installing distinfo, but it's going to be good to upgrade all the packages on this machine regardless. Latest security fixes, latest patches, latest improvements, and the greatest actually. So let's be honest, it's definitely worth doing this upgrade now. The site's still running. Yes, it is, which is good. We haven't tanked the site yet, so this is all behind the scenes. I lost the ability to do a lot of the administrative tasks, but that's okay. I can't roll out new versions of the Silph website, but we can at least get through this process here. Now with a nice progress bar, I know how long I have to go until it's finished. I'm going to grab a quick drink of water. Okay. I've gotten a little sip of water in me. Let's see where app's gotten to. All right, we didn't miss much. 99%. It looks like it'll be done in a second. Or maybe a minute. So looking at this and realizing there's 151 packages that weren't upgraded on here, slightly concerning to start with. But it's going to make me want to go and install Landscape Client and configure that directly after this so I can keep those packages and any CVEs up to date. All right, so let's do another apt update for good measure. Let's do another dist upgrade. Everything's there and clean. So let's go back and start the agent again. And let's see what the logs do this time. So it still says it's in its little upgrade mode, which is I think what we expected. Oh. Got to actually went through it and a bunch of things. What does Juju status say? Holy cow. Wow. That's it. That was the upgrade. If I do snap bin Juju status, this should look much nicer. It does. Brilliant. So that was the upgrade. So we went from 2.0 beta 18, which was released, who even knows anymore? A long time ago. Too long ago. Probably back in August, actually. Maybe a little bit before August. So almost a year ago, we set up this infrastructure. We're on 2.0.4, which is not the most recent. What I want to do now is switch to my Silph web model. So Juju status here. We should see still beta 18 in this model. Yes, beta 18. And a bunch of angry things. This is because we didn't do the upgrade in this model. So I'm going to run the snap bin upgrade Juju here. Because the server's upgraded, it should be able to upgrade all these agents very easily. Okay, so started the upgrade. These agents are a lot less finicky than snap bin Juju status than the other ones where, because these agents are basically just read devices, they don't have to update database or anything, they'll be pretty good about revving and coming back online. So if we watch this, these will go from down to started as they start calling home, getting their updates and upgrades. Let's go poke at one of them right now. Let's go poke at you. Oh, that's the MariaDB one. I got the new address. This is actually the IP address for this machine. So if we look at what's running here, MySQL and the Juju daemon, where'd you go? Pop up again. I missed it. This is Juju D, which was just started a minute ago. So I imagine this is already pushed through the upgrade process, but I can check really quickly by going to this directory. Maybe not this, well, this one shows us here that they're all symlinked to 2.0.4. So that makes me realize it's the new agent running. And if we do a snap bin Juju status, we should see, well, it doesn't show the agent version here in this release, but in the future releases you'll see agent version. These other ones that still say down, let's see what's happening there. Those machines aren't actually down, or they better well not be, because if they were, the site would not be ready right now. It's down in that Juju controller hasn't seen him in a while because it took us a good 15, 20 minutes to get through that upgrade process. Um, in fact, I'm going to go ahead and let me just add the Silph website under this screen capture real quickly. Call it the Silph Road. Okay. What's this window here? Okay. So it's running. Let's shrink this down a little bit. I just shrunk the wrong thing. Oops. Alright, so this is running. I'm going to leave this, I'm going to install that auto refresh plugin thing. I'm just going to leave this kind of sitting here. Make terminal big again. Make terminals bigger. Make the diesel much smaller. Alright. That's what we're looking here. Let me see. There's like an Chrome auto refresh plugin. Just to keep that thing looping so we don't miss anything. Perfect. This seems like a, yeah, add it to Chrome, whatever. They'll probably steal all my data, but who cares? Okay. Auto refresh for 15 seconds. Actually, every 5 seconds. Okay, so that's refreshing. We'll keep an eye on that. If that goes down, please someone yell at me. But it shouldn't, basically. So now that that's working, let's see what we got going on here. Let's go back to our Juju status. I think this might just be a patience game at this point, which is not my strong suit by any means. Let's resolve. I know that's in an error state. I'm okay with it, actually. And HA proxy, also fine. Oh, it's not, is it? Well, tell that to the Juju status. So I am starting to get a little concerned that these haven't started reporting home yet. So let's go poke at one of these, like you. Can't allocate memory. This thing is done exhausted itself of RAM. It did. That's why they haven't called home yet. MongoDB is eating half of the memory of this machine. Let's, yeah, 1.4 gigs of residual memory. The rest of the memory. Let's do this. Let's sudo service Juju D machine 0 stop. Let's do Juju DB stop. Probably good to restart MongoDB. Has been restarted in ages, probably. Let's start up JujuDB again. Let's start up JujuD. Let's see. Oh, look at that. So much more memory for everyone to play with. Let's see what the logs say. Let's see what Juju. This should be. We should be getting Juju status again. We are. Okay. So now I think it's just because those things were calling home, but there was no memory for them to be managed. Let's see what we get to now. In fact, I may go so far as to just bounce this one's yeah, let's just do that one first, see what happens. Should have a trickle effect. So we got a bell over here. Whoa. Yeah, so that kind of ticked it over. So we see now that it's cool again. It's reading home. If the agents come back online, I may need to go tick that for each of them. They'll all eventually get around to it, but I have another upgrade I want to do. 2.0.4 is just a quiet resting place. We actually want to get the 2.2, so two more minor versions forward, and the RC1 for that, because beta 18 wasn't good enough. I still have to live on the edge. So let's go and just tick all of these guys over. And we'll just go, we'll restart their Juju Daemons. There should be like, yeah, they're going to have 2 or 3 each. So sudo service Juju D machine 3 restarts. Sudo service Juju D unit Redis 0 restarts. Okay. Now if we do it on the snap bin status, we'll see the machine 3 now has a status probably, well, it will in a second. There we go. Machine 3 has status now, and so we'll rinse and repeat this for each of these really quickly. Now, the reason I'm doing this, the reason I have to even do this, to be honest, is because I was upgrading from such an old version of Juju, a beta version, no less. There's a lot of problems in betas in general. It's the reason why that wasn't a release candidate and just a beta. I've learned today that 2.2 and 2.2 RC1 has a bunch of performance fixes, which I really want to use, in addition to a whole suite of new tools and features. So let's see, we have the sudo service Juju D machine 4 restarts, and then init sudo init ctl list Juju. It's also sudo service Juju D unit Silph web 1 restart. And sure, I'll do the data block one as well. Okay. So if we run on the snap bin status, we should see the next machine, machine 4, should have its own status back again. It won't say down because it's not down. It's actually alive and kicking and quite happy and content. Let's move on to the last 2. Let's do a sudo init ctl list grep uud. This just has 2 sudo service Juju D machine 11 restart and Juju D unit Silph worker 1 restarts. Done and done. Snap bin status says snap bin status one more time says should be up now. Yes, up and happy. Everything's happy. Last one. SSH into here. This is our HA proxy load balancer machine. It's quite a nice little machine, very small, but despite that, it does quite a nice job. So, sudo init ctl list grep ppd. Now this is initctl. This is upstart commands. These are trusty machines. So they're the slightly previous LTS, not Xenial, not 1604, but 1404. Sudo service. For 1604 and beyond that use systemd, you'll have to use the systemd commands. I honestly don't remember what they are off the top of my head. I have to look them up. But it's totally possible to do that as well. This is the same set of things. Restart, unit, Silph, web, 0, restart, and unit, Datadog, 0, restart. Okay. Snap bin status one more time. Close. These are errors that I keep popping up. I know why they're there, and I'm totally okay with them. I don't need them to be there. So we'll just snap in Juju resolve. Diarrhea db /0. The thing is, these errors existed before this upgrade started. They're not a result of the upgrade. And I'm just going to go ahead and tick them over. You know, you say you're not in an error state, but... Oh, you know why? It's resolved. No retry. Don't retry. Alright, fine. No, fine. Status. But we've done it. We've completed the upgrade. We're on... Why are you running config change again? I told you, don't do that. There we go. Okay. So, everything's cleared. This is not, but it doesn't say it's in an error state. I'm not quite sure why it's wedged. We'll, unless I spelled HA proxy wrong. Ah, there we go. Okay. Good. We're back to where I expect to be, which is in a happy 2.0.4. We're on a stable-ish release. Now we're going to jump to the next version. So I'm going to run... actually, the first thing I'm going to do is sudo apt purge Juju 2.0. So I'm getting rid of both of these things. Now, I'm getting rid of these because these are the old Beta 18 clients. I no longer have a Beta 18 environment. In fact, if I do Juju controllers, I see here I've got a 2.1.0 and a 2.0.4, and I can use this version of Juju, which is from the snap. So this version of Juju is RC1. That's the release we're going to. We're going to jump right now to it. So I can just type Juju upgrade Juju. Dry run. I want to see what it's going to do for me. It'll probably put me on 2.1.x for the latest stable version, but I want it to tell me first what it's planning on doing. I might also get an error because this isn't targeted at the... So it says the next version you can go to is 2.1.3. Okay. So that's the next stable version. That's fine. I want to jump to 2.2 RC1. So to do that, I'm actually going to need to tell it I want to upgrade to an agent version that's RC1. So we're going to say Juju switch to controller. We run Juju status here, make sure everything's hunky-dory. It is. Everything's clear and green and fine and happy. Juju upgrade. Juju agent version 2.2 to RC1. Let's see where that gets us. No matching agent binaries available. I think I need to set another flag for the dev version. Let's see what H says. Yeah, I don't see where I could say, hey, use the use a different version. Snap bin. It's the same output, yeah. So it looks like I'm not actually quite ready to. I can't move the 2 yet, which is a little disappointing. I'm sure I can. I probably need to ask someone how to do it. I could run the build agent flag, but I don't want to do that. It's not exactly the result I'm hunting for. Let's ask someone. Let's ask a friend. Phone a friend. So what was the error again? Let's see. No matching binaries available. Alright, so I just posted that question into the public chat server for Juju development. We'll see if anyone gets back to me in time. In the meantime, I'm going to look at this sync tools command because I think this might actually help me. Nope, I want to see. Show me the help. So if I say sync tools for version 2.2 and give me some nice debug output, maybe that'll get me the RC that I want. Those are all RC1s. Those are what I'm looking to get. This still annoys me that I can't tell it to give me the right. Well, I understand why it does this. I get it. Okay, so what it's doing right now is there's like an API basically that Juju can say, hey, what's the published versions of Juju basically that are out there? So it goes and looks up my request. So I said, instead of giving me everything, which is currently 512 different types of agents, I just need the agents for the version of Juju I'm interested in, which is the 2.2 series. So 27 agent binaries are going to be copied over. That's 27 versions because it's every CPU architecture and every operating system Juju supports has its own binary for Juju. So that's, as you can see here, it's copying 2.2 RC1 CentOS 7, 2.2 RC1 Trusty, 2.2 RC1 Trusty for AMD 64, ARM 64, etc., etc., etc. So it's slightly unfortunate because I'm not running CentOS in here, or Debian, or other versions, or even Windows. But I'm still gonna have to copy those tools over, because if I ever do decide to one day, hey, I'm gonna deploy a CentOS image, it'll have the agents and the versions for those things cached. So we're gonna let this run. This is gonna take a wee bit of time. I mean, we're what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-ish, 8-ish in. About 20 seconds in agents. We've got about 20 to go. It's gonna take a few minutes. So this is a good time for everyone to take a coffee break. But the website's still running. This is the important thing. This is still running. As long as this is still running, all these updates are fine. We know it's running because every 5 seconds it's refreshing. All right. I lost track of how many we've gotten through already, but I think we must be nearing the halfway point. It's not that bad. I suppose waiting a minute or two to be able to do an upgrade to the next version isn't awful. I also imagine that this happens in the background quite often. So I'm pretty sure, I don't know 100%, but pretty sure Juju will periodically fetch. That's how it knows. You can say things like, you have an upgrade available, and such like that, because, well, because we can point, it'll download and fetch these in the background automatically. Just keep on plugging. I really need to give like a massive amount of kudos to the Juju project on this. Frankly, the whole fact that I was able to upgrade from a beta release, a pre-release version of their 2.0 beta 18 to the stable 2.0 release, and then, well, I'm enduring a slight wait, but this is again my impatience. We're less than 2 minutes into this process, and I'm already ready to jump to the next thing. But in the next few minutes, we'll have all of the client versions we need for this ready. As you can see here, we're kind of working through like the last couple of streams. Win 2012 HVR2, so Windows 2012 server. HVR. I don't know what HVR stands for. But we're kind of jumping through those last hoops. Yeah, so Win 2012 R2, Rev 2, the Win 2012 server. That should be like one of the last releases and versions that we need. Well, except for the quote-unquote Windows version, which is Win spelled out into Windows. And there's Win 2016. Okay. So we'll go through 4 more versions. Then. I'm sure it's going to be a Win 2016, Win 2016 HVR, Win 2016 Nano, and there's probably going to be a Rev somewhere in there. Win 2016 R2. Windows 7. It's probably going to be a Win 8, Win 10, just following the patterns here. Hey, there it is, Win 8. Oh, Windows 8.1, of course. Great release of Windows. Where are we at now? Xenial. So Xenial will have AMD 64, ARM 64, S390X, which is the IBM PowerOne mainframe, and PPC 64EL Power 8 architecture. And that should be it. Oh no, well, there's going to be a Yakety as well. And Xenial, not Yakety, it'll be Zesty. Man, if that sure is only 27. It seems like we've definitely hit 27 by now. I wonder if there's a way I can limit this. Juju help sync tools. No, I'm looking for the way to say, hey, only do these. Okay, that's fine. Fine, I get it. Okay, went too far. Alright, well, this is finishing up. It's a good time to grab another drink of water. Be right back. Okay, alright, so I've gotten something a little more to drink in me now, and we're nearing the end. I can almost assuredly, oh no, this is Yaki, isn't it? Not Zesty. Alright, well, we're not nearing the end. Not nearing the end, not nearly as end of the long as I'd like to be. So I'm just going to stop here. I don't need Zesty versions 2.2.RC1. So I'm just going to kind of stop it there. I do want to see what things are looking like right now, though. So let's see what Juju status has. Alright, so we're back on the controller. Juju status, type M, Silph web. Everything here is nice and quiet. We're at 2.0.4. Let's go to 2.2-RC1. So I'm going to run this one more time. Juju up to Juju version 2.2-RC1. Let's hope that Sync Tools thing did something for us. If not, I think this might end our upgrade adventure, and next week when the release actually comes out, we'll do another quick live stream of that. Oh, so Sync Tools did do what I wanted it to. Awesome. Let's do a Juju status. I'm sure it's saying, oh, shoot, yeah, duh. Oh, bother. Let's SSH this machine, make sure we're not losing anything. Now, I'm only going to watch the log. I'm not going to poke anything. I want to see what this looks like in a world where I don't have to interfere with it. It should be a very quick process, to be honest. Can't even type there. So we should see a varlib Juju tools. In here we should see 2.2-RC1 is there. Good. The tools been unpacked are now available. In 2 minutes. Seems like these are still hanging again. I'm not sure if it's just a remnant of kind of how we've been doing these upgrades. The fact that I've come from such an old version. The next upgrade cycle is going to be quite amazing. When 2.2 comes out, I won't have to do these in-place upgrades anymore. It'll just be simply me saying, hey, here's a new controller, point to it. It's going to be so frigging sweet. I'm so excited to do this as an upgrade. Looking back at the logs, yeah, it's just saying it was shut down the 18th minute, 50 seconds past. It looks like nothing's responding anymore. I'm going to do the thing I shouldn't do. I'm going to interfere with it again. So let's take this. Let's restart the daemon, and let's see what happens. Yeah, this is my impatience at work. GGG, machine 0, restart, restart, restart. Alright, a bunch of stuff's happening. Bunch of more stuff's happening. What's the status say? Can I get to it? I can. I have 2.2-RC1 in the version string, which is good. It looks like it's processing data. Let's see if I can look at the other model. Juju switch, Silph web. Yeah, these have all shown up as down again. let's do the same thing. Let's do the Juju upgrade Juju here. Well, I suppose we should actually wait. These should come up at a reasonable time again. Agents will just simply start flooding back in messages saying, "Oh, we're back, we're back, we're back." Now that the API server is up, there's a kind of a backing off mechanism. If it fails too many times consecutively, you'll just simply say, "Oh, oh, oh." I won't aggressively ping it for so long. But I do see this here again, blocked because upgrade in progress, which makes me think that it's actually doing its upgrade now. I saw this before last time as well. So the last time we saw this, there was a weird apt resolution issue. I don't see that this time around. Keep an eye on it. Let's see, this should be giving me the same error on the client side now. Oh, it's not, which is interesting. Oh, here we go. Yeah. So what's nice now is it actually has these notes, which it didn't in the last time with this upgrade. So it says upgrade in progress since 22 after. So since I restarted the agent, something funky there where I have to restart that agent every time. It's a little annoying. I think it's just a remnant of the fact that I have a very old machine, nearly a year old, that I've been running this through. When this is done, and next week when 2.2 comes out, the migration model upgrade will be super sweet. So this is great. I don't even have to be on the server anymore. I actually feel okay just disconnecting. I don't care what's happening here. This is a bunch of stuff. It'll figure itself out. I really just want to watch what's happening here. Show me the money. So I'm just going to go ahead and watch this. Let's see where we get. If this doesn't progress much in the next minute or two, then I'll intervene again. For better or for worse. What I do notice is that the API responds really zippy. The last version we were on, super old version, the 2.0 beta 18, it would take upwards of a minute and a half to respond. If you kind of watch this time clock in the top right corner of the terminal, that's every time it refreshes the time there. So it took 3 seconds. This took another 3 seconds. That took 3 seconds. So it's 3-second response times from the API. Super nice. That's really fast, actually. So I kind of like that. I shouldn't be taking it every 2 seconds. So let me just say, update this every 5 seconds. That way, it'll actually be a little bit more. I don't need to stress the server. I don't need to stress the server every 2 seconds. I trust that it's very busy doing stuff right now. All right, I lied. I said I was going to go back on the server, but I want to see what it's doing. And I guess what I really want to do is I want to grep for any error connections. Yeah, I don't see anything. Nothing's jumping out at me directly. Is there anything running? Maybe that I could pick at? No. No, nothing seems to be out of the normal. It's interesting that MongoDB restarted the same time that Juju did. I wonder if that has taken something to take into consideration. It's still going on about blocked his upgrade in progress. And has been an upgrade in progress since 22 after. It's 28 after now. Let's take the last 2,000 lines of the log. Now 3,000 lines of the log. See if there's any errors that jump out. Well, let's see how far back that is actually. So that's 27, that's a minute ago. 500 lines in a minute? Holy cow. 2,000 lines in a minute. Let's go to the last 10,000 lines. Alright, it's 23. That's just right after there, correct. Oh, that was a slight hiccup in my part because some broken pipes, which this is fine. Yeah, I don't see anything out of the normal or the ordinary. It may just be that it's doing some kind of cleanup or auditing. Okay, well. It is busy, whatever it's doing. Might just be that the CPU in this box is so slow that it takes such a long time to process these things, which I should probably rectify regardless of this. This is a G1 small on Google's Cloud, so it is not a very powerful machine by any stretch of the imagination. So we are 8 minutes since upgrade initiation. It's still in upgrade. I don't know. What do you all think? Should we reboot the agent again? I mean, it hasn't. This process hasn't failed us yet. All right, let's see. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and bounce the agent again. Let's see what's happened. Oh, yeah, that didn't do it this time. Still says the upgrade is in progress. All right. Thankfully, I haven't broken anything. It did update the status message of when the upgrade was started, which was now moved to 32 instead of 22 after the hour. So I waited 10 minutes before my impatience got the best of me. Um, so let's give it another 10 more minutes. I think I just saw a deprecation error. Oh, here we go. Decided to prune on deprecation. Okay, well, there's not much else we can do until this thing figures out what it wants to do and gets to this upgrade process. So 3 minutes since we reinitiated the upgrade to the RC1. About an hour or so since we started this whole crazy adventure. I think what I would like to see is like a progress bar of some sort. It tells me the upgrade's in progress, which is reassuring because it did not tell us the first time. When we went from 2.0 beta 18 to 2.0.4, it was like, no, no messages at all. We spent a lot of time staring at this log, but I'm beginning to think that this log is something not worth looking at right now. Actually, I wonder if there's a specific log for just the server. What is log sync? Interesting. What is log sync? I wonder if this is what's holding it up, this whole XT thing. Oh, it says LXD is already installed. What user does Juju run as? It runs as root, so it should be able to connect just fine. Okay, su type root. Let's see. List. No containers. That's to be expected. So this is 2032. That was the same time I started this upgrade. 2032.51. This is at 2032.46. It's kind of like the shutdown. I'm wondering if that's what's holding up this whole upgrade process. Let's see, what do these logs tell us? Tell me your stories. Alright. Still complaining about upgrade in progress. Let's look at the first 100 lines of this log. I think that's going to really tell us. Yes, I understand. Let's pipe this to less. Oh, it's actually not that exciting. Wait a minute, 432. We're at 2032. Yeah. Let me dig a little deeper. So let's restart again. Nope, still blocked because upgrade in progress. I imagine now this will tell us the upgrade started at 40 after. I think, much like Icarus, I have flown too close to the sun. Should have just been happy with getting off of beta 18. I had to go to the 2RC1. I think I'm in a slightly wedged position where patience is going to be the name of the game. So instead of sitting here and watching this live stream, of which is going to be me going and taking a walk outside while this runs, I'm going to leave us here. To recap, though, we took a nearly year-old Juju deployment, beta 18 of 2.0 pre-release version, upgraded it to the release version with just a few hiccups, and then we went straight from the release version of 2.0, skipped 2.1, went straight to 2.2 RC1, and here we are waiting for that upgrade process to complete. But it does not appear to be progressing like I'd like. I think this needs a good 30, 40 minutes by itself to do what it needs to sort what it's got to. Let's see what Logseek looks like. Yeah, the same thing. So there's something funky with it finding the LXD detection, and I think that's what's holding up the upgrade. So we can actually just run sudo LXD init directory storage. No. Yes. Yes, I would. Let's do BR0. Yes. Okay. That's a great supplement. Thank you for selecting that one. It's great. It's great. It's great. Great. Yes. No. So I imagine in 2.2 deployments, or even deployments in 2.1, you get thank you. Thank you, Ian. Okay. So I should just be patient, to be honest. Let's see list. So that's why. Okay. Probably. So what Ian's let me know in chat is that in RC1, there's a change in how log collection is done, which can take a while. So the upgrade to 2.2 will be a bit of time, and it's CPU intensive. Um, I'm checking the release notes right now, but he basically summarized that there's a need to split up a log per model. So instead of logging all in one giant collective log, it's a log per model that you have. We have two models, controller, Silph web, but this could be potentially up to 4 gigs of logs, which splitting them up I could see could take kind of a while. So with that, let's take a look at the release notes. So I get those. I'm just going to jump onto the Juju mailing list. And we'll get the archives, subject, 2.2 RC1. So this was yesterday. Please note that if you are upgrading an existing controller, please make sure that there's at least 6 gigs of free disk space. Alright, well, that's a problem. We do not have that much free disk space. So, I should have read these release notes first. Oh, that link goes to the dead link. So we're just gonna let this run. See what we get to. But I think this will be it. Actually, I think this is actually a legitimate patience game where my version of 10 minutes was not nearly enough time. I am going to do one more restart though. I shouldn't, but I'm doing it. Too late. I just did it. See, I don't get the Lex D error anymore. That's what I was going for. Disk space is slowly increasing. $20, $48. $20, 48 colon. $20.17. 06. 07. 20. 48. So the upgrade was started at 2048.22. It's going to take way too long to scroll through, especially with a dang page up key. I'm trying to see where the restart came in. I'm looking through it right now. Yeah, I don't see much of an indication of what, if anything, it's doing for an upgrade. But I imagine it is churning through something in the background. And they say it take quite a long time. I don't see much disk space being consumed to do this. I'm going to have to take their word for it. So it's 53 now. It's been 5 minutes. I'm going to let this run for a full 20 minutes, but I'm not going to keep the stream running for that whole time. There's no reason for that. So this was quite an exciting adventure. I will post an update when we get the upgrade completed and what was actually done to get there. I don't see this as being much further of a blocker. I imagine this is mostly because of what we were doing from version to version, but this upgrade does take a while to complete. And so I'm just going to let it do its thing, give it time, give it the patience it requires to blossom. And once this is upgraded, we'll be able to upgrade the agents really easily. And they'll be back online again. And as we see, the site never went down. It's still here. It's still running. It's still happy. Look at that. It's still refreshing every 5 seconds. So it's taking load. It's costing us a lot of money, I'm sure, to refresh our tiles every single time. Although I guess that's probably serving from local cache, so it's fine. So that's it. I'm going to end this stream here. It has been quite an adventure in this upgrade. I am still super, super impressed of actually being able to go from an unreleased version of Juju, beta 18 effectively, to 2.0 stable, and actually having that complete in a decent time. I mean, we probably spent 30 minutes. Most of the time was me sitting going, oh, I don't know if I should do this, I don't know if I should do this, I don't know if I should do this, and figuring out how to get the database back up. But going from beta 18 to 2.0, super nice, super straightforward. It's something I didn't expect to actually work, but it did. And then this 2.0 to 2.2 should work in much the same way. It just requires a little bit more time because it's, again, splitting out all the logs into their own kind of individual files, which makes the updates and destroy cycle for models much quicker, which, hey, performance increases. I'll take the 20-minute hit it takes for the upgrade to get that sweet, sweet change in performance. So this is it. I'm going to end the stream here. I will be streaming again soon. This will become a more regular thing for us, just to kind of show the operations behind the Silph Road. In the upcoming near future, we have some really cool, exciting announcements and changes that we're going to be deploying to the Silph Road. Tile server updates, Atlas updates, and other new and cool features. So for those of you that are interested in the Silph Road stuff, that's coming very soon. We'll do a live stream. We're doing a rollout. I imagine we'll see that before the end of next week. Thanks, everyone.